Hey, what up writers? I am Violet, a writer and an aspiring YA author, and today I'm going to be doing the small Authortuber tag. So ever since I started this channel, it has been incredible to me, the learning curve that it was to go from kind of being a viewer of AuthorTube content to being on the other side of the camera and being a creator. And I've always wanted to talk about this kind of stuff and the editing and the filming and all the behind the scenes stuff that kind of goes into this that I had no idea before. I just love the sense of community we have over here on this little corner of YouTube. And I think a lot of us creators are dealing with some of the same things when it comes to sort of video production and ideas and putting ourselves out there. And I think it's kind of fun to talk about that stuff. So I knew a tag like this existed. It's from a few years back, so I had to go searching to find it, but I did. So this tag was created by Brooke Passmore, Katie Wilson, and Wright Holly Davis. Question number 1, introduce yourself. What are your top 2 favorite genres to write in, and what genre do you think you will never write in? Hi, I'm Violet. I'm a 30-year-old who lives in Luxembourg City, Luxembourg, originally from northern Minnesota. I write YA, as I mentioned. I write primarily things that fall under a fantasy umbrella, so that also would include sort of paranormal, supernatural, higher fantasy, lower fantasy, everything across the board with fantasy. A lot of my sort of fantasy writing kind of sometimes straddles that line between sci-fi and fantasy. And for Nano in 2020, I kind of dipped my feet into rom-coms and more of a contemporary space for the first time. So those would be kind of what I'm writing in now. Things that I'm not that interested in writing in, historical fiction. Right now, I'm not interested in writing anything adult, but that could change in the future. I have no idea. Question number 2, how long have you been on AuthorTube? So I started my channel the end of September of 2020, so I think it's been around 4 months now. Number 3, what is your video setup? Lights, camera, and microphone. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I guess, do B-roll of my camera because I'm using it right now. So I don't know, what is my camera? A Canon Rebel something? One of the Canon Rebels? One of those. I do have an external microphone that I plug in. I don't always have it plugged in when I do all of my vlogs, but you can definitely hear the difference when I do have it in and when I don't. For lighting, my apartment is very dark normally. Today it's really sunny, so I'm just using the sunlight. I do have like a small little ring light that I use sometimes if it's really dark, but it doesn't really do that much. I also just have my regular floor lamp that I usually bring closer if I'm filming something in the evening or dusk, or if it's just a really great day, which it tends to be in Luxembourg sometimes. Oh, and I also have just a regular tripod as well as a GorillaPod for setting up my camera. I did not actually invest in any of the editing software or camera equipment or anything for this channel. It's everything that I just already had, because I had been considering doing YouTube for a long time, and I had the camera because I like photography, same with the tripod. So it's kind of just all things I had. I haven't put any money into this channel. I just was kind of lucky that I had pretty decent equipment. Question number 4, do you write scripts for your videos or do you wing everything as you're shooting? My video filming is a lot like my writing. I am a pantser, flying by the seat of my pants, and the only time I have anything near a script was for my craft book reviews, and then I just more had like bullet pointed points to bring up, and even then I always forget a million little things. But I'm more likely to rather film a clip over if I forget something or I stumble than to write out a script. I'd rather just do it over again, because usually then the second time I'm more comfortable on camera anyways, and the first time I stumble my way through. Question number 5, how do you balance? Yeah, this is a problem word for me. How do you balance AuthorTube with writing? I actually think that having this channel has made me more productive as a writer, because before I was more of just like a NaNoWriMo writer. I was writing just those sort of 3 pockets a year seriously, and then the rest of the year I was really not getting much done. Not that I'm getting that much done now, but I've definitely done a lot more writing, like my 10K day here and there, do these little writing experiments, and those hundreds of thousands of words start to add up. And even just talking about my writing more and taking myself seriously as a writer through this channel has boosted my confidence and boosted so much. It's improved my writing a lot. So I wouldn't say that the filming and editing has hindered me that much. It's helped me more than it's hurt me. Yes, some days it does take a long time filming videos or editing and doing that kind of stuff takes priority sometimes. That's just the truth. But overall, the pros outweigh the cons for me, especially when it comes to the community aspect of being here on YouTube. Number 6, do you bulk film your videos or shoot one at a time? I normally just shoot one at a time. Sometimes I get a video or two ahead or get things a day or two ahead, but normally I'm shooting the day before or the day of my video going up. That being said, I did bulk film a little bit when I did the 12 days of writing because I learned from doing the NaNoWriMo daily vlogs that I needed to give my way some leeway because I'm so glad that I had a video bulk filmed and pre-filmed as an extra for when I did the 12 days of writing, because I did have a terrible migraine where I was in bed all day one of the days and I just wanted to not miss a day. So I had just filmed that, pre-filmed it extra just in case, and I'm so glad I did because I had that one day where I was not feeling good. Number 7, how much do you have to edit or delete out of your videos? I edit a lot out of my videos. I've gotten so much better with editing. Premiere Pro is kind of intimidating as a software, but it's just what my partner had on his PC already, so I never looked into anything else. I've gotten a lot better at sort of cutting out little ums and ahs and breaks. Sometimes my videos have really weird jump cuts, but I'm kind of at the point now where I cut as much as possible. One of my last videos, which one was it? My Pomodoro reading and writing, I think unedited that was 19 minutes and it's now 9 minutes. So I cut over half of the video out, but part of that was through the time lapses, speeding it up so that brings the time down. I'm always trying to make my videos shorter. If my videos start getting up close to 20 minutes, that's like the max for me is 20 minutes. I think the shorter the better. That's where I'm at with video length. I cut a lot. I cut as much as I can. And a lot of times I'll reference and be like, oh, like I mentioned earlier, and then I won't realize that I cut out the part where I was talking about that. I have so much times where I was talking about side projects or other aspects of writing that I just cut it out for time because I'm rambling. Number 8, do you edit and upload vlogs the day they're posted or schedule them in advance? Again, I kind of already mentioned that one. I do a lot of times edit just a day or two before. I don't usually do things a lot in advance, and I never upload them onto YouTube early. I always do the uploading to YouTube in the description box the day of. I never schedule that stuff in advance. Number 9, what do you enjoy most about making AuthorTube videos? What's the hardest part? I think I enjoy that sort of instant gratification when it comes to creativity. Lying in bed and having an idea and being like, great, I'm gonna try that tomorrow. I'm gonna do, this Alpha Smart experiment, or try this or try that, or talk about this literary subject, or I just think that's so fun to sort of have an idea and be able to share it with somebody, because in real life, I don't have writer friends. I don't have friends in my life who know what any of this sort of lingo and this sort of hobby lifestyle all it kind of entails. So it's great to just have this community that can be like, hey, I want to talk about plotters versus pantsers, or I want to talk about this and that. Like, you can just come and do it. I also like, when I was doing my NaNoWriMo vlogs, I did all these little parody songs in the beginning of some of the NaNoWriMo clips, and that was really fun for me to be like, because that's what I do in my normal life, just come up with weird little things all the time, and the fact that I could just put those in and have fun little creative silly moments, I love that about this. The hardest part is definitely, I think, finding the time to film and the motivation to film. Also, now that I'm trying to keep a strict filming upload schedule, it's like, oh my gosh, I need a video for Tuesday. Like, I don't have something, I have to get something. Oh, what am I gonna do? And realizing that some of the ideas would take longer to film or need more prep time that I don't have, and have to sort of just rush something out there, like a tag video. Calling myself out on that one. And the last question, number 10, what's your favorite video you've made? I love a lot of the NaNoWriMo vlogs, like the one where I was writing in the park. I love my winning NaNoWriMo vlog. That one doesn't have that many views, but I just love watching that to see sort of the descent into the last crazy minutes of NaNoWriMo. That was one of my favorites. I also like the vlogs that I sort of took my camera out around and got to show a little bit of Luxembourg. I had one of the NaNoWriMo vlogs plus my birthday vlog, which is not a writing vlog at all. Those were also just fun to put up and kind of share a little bit more of my life. I can be kind of a secretive person, so it's sometimes hard for me to let my shell down in that way. What I loved the most about the NaNoWriMo vlogs is because it was just filming that day and getting it out that day. So it was like really forcing that creativity out of me and forcing me to put out a video every day. Whereas when I like have to pre-film something or have like a weekly upload, you like dwell on your idea and you doubt yourself, like, oh, how is the editing, how is this? But with those vlogs, it was just flowing, and I kind of love watching the whole NaNoWriMo journey and seeing kind of just the narrative and the ups and the downs. I don't know, there's something very special about the nano vlogs to me, so I love that. And that kind of was me doing what I always say, like my YouTube boot camp when it comes to filming and editing, was going through the NaNoWriMo daily vlogs. So those are all the questions that were included in the tag, but I just wanted to take a minute just to talk a little bit more about what I've learned, what it's been like having this channel. AuthorTube is a really kind of unique niche over here on YouTube, where I think what's considered a small channel on AuthorTube is very different than other areas, because large AuthorTuber channels would be considered small in a lot of other areas of YouTube. But I love that sort of close intimacy and very supportive environment over here. For me, starting this channel was all about the community and the motivation and the support and the accountability, and not about the numbers at all. So I don't really mind if my channel stays small, but I'm also so excited when I see channels that I love growing and people finding and discovering them. So I'm not going to tag anybody in this tag, even though I think it would be great if this tag reemerges, that people can start finding some more of these smaller, underrated channels. I follow so many channels under 100. I think actually the sweet spot for my subs is between 100 and 500. So many of the channels I follow fall into that range, and a few over the 1,000 threshold. So that's what I love about this community. Just sort of, you see these people, we're writing together, we're creating together, and we're all sort of living the same dream and the same passion and hobbies. And I don't want to forget the people who are part of this AuthorTube community who are not creators, because I know there are so many people who are just watchers and are just at home writing and using these videos also as inspiration and never want to be in front of the camera themselves. And you're also part of this, you know? You're also part of this community where we're really in this together. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!